Michael Gebben here, and it is the last day of 2014. Yes, it's all over, right? It's almost done. Now you might be watching this in 2015 and then who knows? But I have a quote for you. I just heard this quote today from my man Les Brown. He says, "You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great." I love it, I love it, I love it. I haven't looked much at him before. Some of you may know who he is. He's been around for a while, and he's incredible. I just watched a bunch of his videos today, and really, really inspired me. And when I heard that and the way he said it, it just really hit me. And I've heard versions of that, and of course, I've obviously said that before. But let that sink in for a second. Let it really sink in. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. You see, so many of us, you've heard me say it before, we think we have to have things perfect. It has to be right. It has to be this. Oh, when this happens and that happens and I do this, then I'll start. Then I'll go after my dream of being a freaking superstar musician or actor or photographer or artist or whatever. Someday when? Well, I'm telling you right now that tomorrow or whenever you watch this, you start right now. You have a clean slate. That's what they always say. You can clean slate it whenever. But right now, January 1st coming up here, you can clean slate it. Wipe the slate, start new, and rock out this year. Or again, whenever you watch it, rock it out from this point forward. Massive, imperfect action. Because see, for me, I look back and I reflect and I think, wow. This little kid that still lives in a small town, when at 19 years old, I chose not to go to college. I had no clue what I was going to do besides I was going to keep trying to do this little video thing that I started doing funeral slideshows in high school. And I just said, Mom, Dad, let me give it a try. 1 year. Just give me 1 year to keep this idea thing going. And I'll tell you what, it all started though by not getting a quarter raise from a job that I was at for 8 years. 8 years of slave driving, pouring my heart and soul into this business, and I couldn't get another quarter. I didn't care, and I said enough was enough. I was doing this little video thing. I quit that job. I went to help my mom clean houses, and then I started on this journey. And it's been one hell of a journey. Ups and downs, lefts and rights, falling flat on my face, getting back up, screwing up, massive failures, lots of stuff that just... But I started not having a doggone clue how to do it. Sometimes I think the naiveness, the childlikeness in me, not having all the answers, that's the best thing. When you seek out too many answers, it causes too much confusion, you take no action. So for me, that is the one thing when I look back at everything that has happened, from growing a video production company, shooting weddings all over the world. I mean, I never even, originally, I shot a wedding for $500, and God love those people that they gave me that and I did it, but that video looks nothing like what I create today. But it was the best thing I knew how to do when I first did it, and I did it, and I kept moving forward, and little did I know, that little $500 thing right up the street would lead me to traveling all over the world, to Puerto Rico, the Bahamas, and Europe, and all over the United States for weddings, but then also all over the world for commercial work, working with people such as Tony Robbins, and Richard Branson, and Tim Ferriss, and Lewis Howes, and Pat Flynn, and all these other people that inspire me. And all the amazing couples, all the amazing clients, all the amazing people who have come into my life. And now I do this. I inspire you. And my goal, my dream is for you to start. Which brings me to the thing that I am so excited to share with you. Some of you have heard a little bit about it. Some of you are already in it. I know, because there's a few hundred of you right now. But, perfect example of just starting, and a lot of the members don't even know this. I have a thing called Jumpstarters. Now the thing how that came about was from lots of iterations of things that didn't work out and keeping trying and falling down and getting back up and keeping moving forward. But finally on September 1st of this year, my birthday is on September 4th. Last year I launched my YouTube channel, and within 1 year I'm over 9,000 subscribers right now. And this year I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I really want to do something, have my own thing. I have been doing private consulting and coaching and still doing my video stuff and doing these videos, but I hadn't had my thing to sink my own teeth in to bring out into the world. I was helping everybody else bring things into the world. And on September 1st, I had this revelation. It had happened earlier in the year with the name. I had told one of the guys I had trained, I said, I'm so proud of you, I'm so proud of you. And I was walking with my grandpa, and the guy said to me, he goes, well, we couldn't have done it without you. And I thought to myself, I just helped you jumpstart it. I just got it going. I told my grandpa, I said, I'm just a jump starter. And I thought to myself, wow, what a powerful concept. And I didn't know what the heck to do with it. And then on September 1st, it was a Monday, I had this thing, I started making all these notes, I started writing all this stuff down. I told my girlfriend, she was like, that doesn't make any sense. And it's because it didn't. It was all just this conglomeration of all these ideas. And then I thought to myself, I'm doing something. I modeled a few things I looked up, I recorded a video, I put up a page, and then I released kind of privately to my email list, mentioned it a little bit on social media, not much, but in one week, on Thursday, I launched this thing called Jumpstarters program. Not having any clue what it was going to look like. All people got when they initially joined was a Facebook group and one video inside. That's it. A week later, I did a live call. And each week after that, I did a live call, tweaking, testing, surveying, asking questions. I had no brand, I had no anything, I had no logos, I had nothing but just these weekly calls and giving my fire that were live. And I just kept doing it. But again, mind you, nothing on a Monday. And Thursday, I launched this thing and asked for money. And people gave it to me. People believed in me. And I thank each and every single one of you who are already members. But I also thank each and every single one of you for entrusting me to watch these videos every week and be inspired. But what I find so interesting is more people have gotten results in the last 3 months investing that little bit of money in themselves than they have what I've seen and heard from just even these videos, because people take things and treat things a little bit differently, take things a little bit more serious. So what is it that I'm telling you about, this randomness that I'm moving my arms around and screaming and yelling and so excited? This thing I had called Jumpstarters. And it started on September 1st, but it really started so many years ago when I started my company. And I got started, and I got going. And I've spent an enormous amount on gear, on education, on failing, on winning, on everything. And my pain is that I don't want others to have that pain that I had. Now, it's not going to be easy. You can't avoid everything, but I can sure the hell help you get through some of the crap so you don't have to go through that same pain that I had to go through. And that's what this is all about. It's mindset, marketing, and motivation. Because for the creatives involved, and oh my gosh, let me tell you, we have some incredible people. There are YouTubers in there, people wanting to do things just like me. There's YouTubers who are musicians. We got one girl, I mentioned her in another video. She is outstanding, amazing musician. I'm gonna link her up right here. You gotta go check her out. But then I also have artists. There's a girl named Eva. You've got to check out her work. I'm going to link her up as well here, and I'll probably pop up a picture of her art. It took her over a year just to get to 100 Instagram followers. In just a month or so, she's flying up. She's almost to 500. She's zipping real fast because she believes in herself now, right? The group, the support that we have here, the community is outstanding. We have photographers. We have videographers. We have people who want to be life coaches. All sorts of creatives, ultimately. I mean, if you have a talent, if you have a skill set, even if it's in its infancy, this group is perfect for you. And the thing is, if you've ever felt alone, confused, I mean, being an entrepreneur, there's not a lot of people that you can turn to or talk to sometimes because people think we're a little crazy. You know what I'm talking about if that's you. Where people look at you a little nuts when you start talking about these big ideas, these big visions, and then what happens? What happens to you? The average support system that we have in our life smashes us and says, no, that is not what you're going to do. That is crazy. Take the safe route. Get that 9-to-5 job, right? And now, mind you, we have people with 9-to-5 jobs who love their jobs. I'm not knocking 9-to-5 jobs. What I'm knocking is the heart and soul that I poured into my job back in the day. They didn't care. And for me, I wanted to choose my path. I wanted to have control. If I made $1 million, I made myself $1 million, impacted a ton of lives, and I was able to give to others and help them. Not, make someone $1 million and I get $50 and they're like, oh, thanks a lot. Well, we don't really care. We won't give you a quarter more, right? A quarter. When they got new cars, new homes every single year. So I wanted to dedicate my life to serving others in my video production company, doing the best work possible. But in this, I wanted to help others, serve others, and help more and reach more people, help them get started. So you got to check out jumpstarters.net. I don't think you can click this one. But if you're also on gebsvip.com, click right there. We're going to send an email out about this as well. But go to jumpstarters.net, jumpstarters with an S.net, and you can also click down in the description and it'll show it up on here on the screen. But I'm also going to dive in here in just a second and show you I'm going to bring up my screen and show you what it's really all about, because I'm just so passionate about it. And like I said, there's an amazing community. The Facebook group is an amazing group. There's already over 200 members in there as of this video, and it's supportive. They're all cheering each other on. If people are having a hard day, they post about it and people cheer them on. It's that support. It's somebody that you can turn to. You won't look stupid because we're all the same in here. We're all trying to go for the same things, achieve the same things, so we get each other, right? I have zero tolerance for negative, because for me, I truly believe that if people are negative and trolls like they are all over Facebook and YouTube and everywhere else, whether it's a private forum, a public forum, but when they just let anybody, everybody in, there's no leadership and there's nobody saying, no, that can't do that, and it makes people scared. If people are scared, they can't succeed because they're afraid to ask questions. And in this group, nobody has to be afraid. There's no stupid questions. Everybody's supportive. Everybody's cheering each other on. And that's what I really, really love, because for me, that was a thing I always had, is I hated that I had no one to turn to. And then on top of having no one to turn to, if there was places I found that were a public forum or whatever, and you ask a question, then you have one guy that maybe helps you, but you have 15 guys that freaking rip you a new one. And when you're just starting out, you're not going to have all the answers. You just don't know. And you need to be able to be supportive, and you need to get those answers so you can feel confident in yourself, right? So community is amazing, huge support. The other thing is the weekly calls. The weekly calls are absolutely outstanding. We have been having incredible people on through all my years and everything that I've done. I've made some amazing, amazing connections. You can see in this picture that's popping up on the screen right now, just some of the people that I've gotten my thumbs up photos with. And so some pretty incredible people there that you might recognize. But for me, I've made just these amazing relationships with people, and I've been able to get them on the calls. And it's been great. And they're talking, these are guys that charge $10,000 an hour for consulting. Some of them consult with Zappos and Google. A guy we had on recently does stuff for massive athletes on top of Mark Zuckerberg. His mentor was Jim Rohn. And so pretty awesome people that have been on there and have given their time to the Jumpstarters group for our weekly live calls and stuff. And so really love that. And I'm looking forward to all the successes that are going to happen in the coming years for everybody involved, because like I said, this is a group that's really taking themselves seriously. One guy said a few weeks ago, these are the movers and shakers. And that's what I'm excited to build, this just amazing group, amazing community, and just help support people and help motivate them and get them to believe in themselves more than I'm even doing here. We dive a lot deeper than we're doing on these videos. So I want to share so you can see what exactly it all looks like, where you go, how you do this and that, and just share what's in the group here on a screencast, and then I'll come back to you guys in just a minute. So enjoy. Alrighty, so now we are in my computer and I am on the jumpstarters.net website. This gives you some more information about what it is and what you have to offer. So you'll see this page when you get there and be a part of an amazing community. It's one of the biggest things I'm most proud of. This is just some of the thumbs up photos from people in the group so far.
all so happy and so energetic and just having a blast and supporting each other. So we want to add you to this group of photos here. And then we got some testimonials, and then what you get is a weekly motivation/strategy call 4 times a month, live 2 p.m. Central Standard Time every Thursday. A couple times a month we have the special guests on. You get access to all the replays from all the previous calls, which there's I think like 14 in there right now. And I'll move forward here real quick to just show you that. This is the replay page for a call I did where this guy, Steve Sisler, the gift whisperer, analyzed my disc profile test live on the call, and this is one of the most popular calls we've had thus far. This is what a replay page looks like, and then you get download the transcript, download the MP3. So like here's the transcript if you like to read, if you like to listen, if you like to watch, you want to put it on your iPad, whatever. You got all that here. Then time-stamped, almost minute by minute, kind of what's being discussed. So, you know, you never have to show up to all the calls all the time. You can just be like, boom, I want to hear him talk about this. Hit it. It's going to take you to that point in the video. So very organized. And then at the bottom here, we have all the links that we discussed in the chat or things that we brought up. So, you know, depending on who you are, you know, you can quickly get through a call in 5-10 minutes if you want. So you never have to feel like you're behind or anything as well, or overwhelmed. Some people, they binge watch and they get behind and then they watch 6 in a row, you know, while they're at work or whatever they're doing. Some people just stay up on it every week. I mean, everybody's different. Some people leave for a month and then they come back and you know, so it just depends on you. But we make it as easy as possible for you to consume the information, the inspiration, etc. So that's that. We got the private Facebook community I'll show you in a second, and some bonus content with so here's some of the previous guests. We had a Kickstarter expert who's helped raise, I believe, over $4 million for Kickstarter campaigns. Awesome guy who runs Clarity.fm, so getting to talk to experts. Mark Cuban is an investor in his company. You can even talk to Mark. So Dan Martell was on. Jason Gennard, a great friend of mine who's a master at masterminding and networking and connections. Paul Reddick, an outstanding, you know, friend of mine and mentor and coach and just huge inspiration. One of the also most popular calls we've had. Steve Sisler also had a buddy of mine, Joey Coleman, on, and he was great. That's probably, I think, almost #1 now in the popularity. He's consulted for Zappos and Google and other major brands, and he is a freaking rock star, and he brought the fire. Some of the bonus interviews we had here: Jason Sadler, he sold his last name, he wore t-shirts for a living, he's the author of Creativity for Sale and so much more. James Wedmore, these are some of the bonus interviews that we had. James Wedmore is a YouTube marketing specialist, had him on. Benji and Judy have a YouTube channel, multiple YouTube channels. They receive over 20 million views a month on their channels. They're crushing it. And they vlog 7 days a week, so they've become good friends of mine. We had I did an interview with them. Guy Steve Zugelter, working with nonprofits. That's just a few of the bonus interviews we have in there. I think there's roughly 15. And then these are some of the people that I've been able to work with. There's Richard Branson, Tony Robbins. There's Clay. There's Jonathan Fields, Simon Sinek, Pat Flynn, Derek Halpern, Lewis Howes, Brendan Bouchard, Brian Moran over here. And then my grandpa's on here, who's a huge inspiration in my life. So these are some of the amazing mentors and coaches and people I've also gotten to work with. And I bring as many of those people to the group as I can as well. And so I have an amazing money-back guarantee. I want you to be freaking pumped beyond reason after you get through this. And if it's not for you, I'm going to give you your money back. So that's why I encourage people, just give it 30 days. Give it 30 days, and if it hasn't been life-changing for you, no worries. But I want it to be, and I know thus far no one's taken me up on that. So would love to have you in here. Basically, you know, right now we have 2 options. We have the $10 a month and the $147 for a lifetime. And right now that's including a one-on-one call with me. So, you know, normally I would charge a couple $100s for a one-on-one call, and it doesn't include anything with Jumpstarters. Right now you get endless access to Jumpstarters, and essentially, you know, lifetime as long as it goes on. You'll never have to pay another payment, and then you'll get that one-on-one call with me. But that's kind of limited. There's so much time that I have, so I don't know how many of you will sign up, but there's that. And then the $10 a month, I don't know how long that's going to stay there, but if you get in, I can assure you, you can again still cancel at any time, but you'll pay $10 a month regardless if it goes up to 30 or 50. 50 will probably be the max. But as the group grows, I'll continually kind of take that up just a little bit, because I can't have the group get too out of control. But anyways, those two things. When you click the join now, you're going to be taken to this. Put your information in, click place order. Real simple, nothing fancy there. And then essentially you'll go to the Facebook group where we have the community here. 213 members in here right now, as you can see, and it just keeps going on and 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 on with just amazing stuff happening here inside the group. And we have our Wednesday wins, and we have our goal setting Sunday. So just great stuff. Great stuff going on. And then what I encourage you, as soon as you get in, to go ahead and leave your thumbs up photo. We have this here, and you can go leave your thumbs up with everybody else, because it's basically, you know, it's here in the cover, it's on that sales page there, you know, right here, and it's all about us being in it together. I just said that on our call. You know, this isn't the Michael Gebben show, and it's all about me. It's about us. We're in this together. I'm not above you or anything. We're all working on this together and starting and crushing it and doing amazing, inspirational things. So so that's that. And then, you know, finally in here, you go to the files section, and then this is where you access all the old replays, all the bonus interviews. Some of our previous guests, like Paul Reddick, gave us his audios and videos of things he normally sells. Clay Hebert gave us some stuff as well. So this is where we put, you know, all the content that's part of the group. So I highly suggest that you get in there, you get joined, you check it out, and you get a part of this amazing community. This is just the beginning, and we have so many amazing things planned in 2015 and beyond. So it's, like I said, it's just the beginning. Like I said, somebody joked that, you know, the movers and shakers, but that's pretty much it. Facebook group, we got the weekly calls, we've got our you know, our awesome replay pages. Everything's great in here. So I highly suggest, if you're wanting to take 2015 and achieve things you haven't achieved before, or just take things to that next level, and you need a support system or community and accountability to get you where you want to go, and you're unsure of how to do that right now, give this a try for 30 days. And if you're not happy, I'll take good care of you. So rock and roll, and I'll take it back to me in the real world here, and we'll go from there. But again, jumpstarters.net, and you'll be taken to this page, and you can get yourself all signed up. So rock and roll.
Awesome. I hope you guys love that, and I'm just so proud of it. It's something that I've wanted for a long time now, and I had a lot of ups and downs and try this and try that to figure it out. And that's what it's all about. That's what I encourage you guys to do each and every single week, is encourage you to keep moving forward so that you can have the life that you've always wanted and do the thing that you love doing. You know, that's what's so important to me. You know, there was something I also heard from Les Brown where he said, you know, one of the definitions of success is doing something you love and doing it so well that people will pay you to do it. And then he goes on to say, he's like, and that's what I do as a speaker. He goes, I love talking, so I find people who will pay me to talk. And he does this giggle and this chuckle, and I just love it. And that's been a deep passion of mine. At the time when I started back in the day, I said to myself, if I had a choice to make $1 million being miserable, I associated misery with a lot of money at that time. Now I have a very different outlook on money. But I said, if I had the choice to make $1 million and be miserable, which I didn't actually have that choice at that point in time in life, or do what I love and just get by, which would I choose? And I chose to do what I love and just get by. I'd rather be happy. I'd rather be doing something I'm passionate about and I love and that lights me up every day than just doing something just for money. Because doing something just for money won't get you through the tough times. Because no matter what, and I got another quote from Jim Carrey, and Jim Carrey said, I learned one major thing from my dad. My dad, you know, was a great, I think he said, a comedian. Could have been really successful at it, but he chose the normal path, the safe path. And he said, I get chills thinking about it, he said when my dad was 12, or when I was 12, he said my dad got fired from his job. They let him go. Just like that. And that was one of the most difficult times in their life, in his life. And he goes, I learned this one thing from my dad. If you can fail doing something you don't like, then you might as well try failing doing something you love. And I'm kind of paraphrasing, but that's the meat and potatoes of it. You can have hell on earth and hate what you're doing and be let go, get fired, and you have no control. 9 times out of 10, no backup plan. It's tough there. It's tough over here too, doing your own thing. It's tough to get started. It's tough to believe. It's tough to have faith. You have all that self-talk, that self-doubt, that non-belief that it's not going to work out. What, me? I'm alone. There's no one here. What do I do? Where do I go? But you can still have that thing to hang on to. Leave that legacy. Have that backup plan, because you know I'm not bringing in any money. So you do a little something. You bring in some money. Over here, they let you go. So things are going to be tough. Things won't always be easy. I'm going to have them be a little tough, a little not easy initially, so they can be a lot easier and a lot more fun down the road. Whereas over here, sometimes we just end up in this path that we can't get out of. We're at a job we hate. We're doing whatever it is we hate. We might have started a business that you hate now, and you can't get out of it. So let's start 2015. It's a new year. Let's start things a little different. Let's jumpstart your life, your career, to do what you love every single day. So if you love these videos so far, if you love everything else, let's dive a little deeper together in the coming year. Give it a chance. Check out Jumpstarters.net. Jumpstarters.net here on the screen, Jumpstarters.net in the description. Wherever you gotta go, get over to Jumpstarters. I have some special things that I'll be doing for the initial people who sign up right now. I'm really excited, and you'll see on the page there's 2 special offers. There is a lifetime, so 1 payment forever. It'll be the best investment you've ever made in your life. I promise you that. Or there's a monthly, and you can check those out. The lifetime's only gonna have a very limited amount. And then on top of that, I'm not letting a lot more people in at the price tag that it's at. So when you're in at that, you can cancel at any time, but you'll be in at that rate forever, regardless of what it goes up to. So I'm just grateful that you've given me the opportunity to be your coach, be your mentor, be your energizer, give you the Gebbs motivation that I give you here, the Gebbs juice, and just grateful for each and every single one of you. And regardless if you join, have an awesome, outstanding 2015. Thank you for the support. Keep rocking each and every single day. And I'll be bringing you more videos, and we'll keep having more fun. So hope to see some of you guys in Jumpstarters, and we'll grow together. And keep rocking. Talk to you soon. Take care. And Happy New Year. Love to see some thumbs up photos. And that's right. A little crazy. A little crazy. I'm still here. Go enjoy yourself. Go. Rock and roll. How long are you gonna watch this? Are you still here? Are you still watching? I could stay here forever. Jumpstarters.net. Check it out. Now go. Turn it off. Get there. Start the new year off right. Okay, enough's enough.